Hey, Jerry and I having a little fun. We got a couple cars out of the shop, and if you know what these are, you're leaning forward in your seat right now. We've got the 69 big block Yenko and the 70 small block Yenko. 101 over here, which is one of one in its special color and interior package. Jerry, tell us a little bit about this. You know, what makes this one special?
Well, obviously Don Yenko was a forerunner in the performance industry when he started building these cars. You could walk into his showroom in Pennsylvania and buy one of these cars or order one of them, however you liked it. He did a really good job though putting the package together with the motor, the suspension, and but this particular car has a one-off Cadillac paint job on it. This color was only used on Cadillac, and they got this car sprayed in a nutmeg metallic mist, and the only Chevrolet sprayed with a Cadillac color. So that makes it really unique. This particular car is 396, 375 horse. It's got the 4-speed in it, posi rear end. 375 horse motors had the camshaft center were mechanical, versus the 350 and the 3 1/4, which were hydraulic.
Ah, okay.
So you can spin these a little tighter than you bet. You can spin them till they quit.
Yeah, yeah.
And but just a super nice little car.
And a beautiful interior package. This package was a special order. It wasn't the base model vinyl seat, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, it's got the Landau or vinyl top to sort of set off the. I think they called it what, nutmeg fire mist metallic? Is that what it was?
That's the color.
That's
exactly.
The color. And she's just stunning, huh?
It is.
It's a stunning car. And you know, really, these cars, they were almost stealth. They were sleepers in some ways.
They were.
Because if you were just buying a regular Nova, you know, it didn't look that much different. Sure, you had the rims, you had the red line tires, and of course the Yenko badge. But if you didn't see that,
yeah,
you thought you were just driving up to Mom's car, wouldn't you?
Yeah. The Yenko badge always gave that away because he was known for performance.
Right.
When he put one on the street, you can bet it would run. It had the motor in it, the transmission, and the rear end. So as soon as you saw that, you know you were in trouble.
You know, the truth of the matter was, these were genuine performers right up against some of the best Corvettes that were being put out at that time.
Absolutely.
Right. And in fact, Corvettes would be shaken if a Yenko came along, right?
Yeah. They were something to deal with. They unless you had an ultra fast Corvette, these guys would give you a run for it.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
So over here, we change up a little bit. 1 year later, we've got the 1970, and this is a small block.
It is. It is.
Now, some interesting differences in the small block. As you were saying earlier, it's hydraulic-based lifter system, so you know a little bit of limits here or there in terms of the top end, but still, this is a real sleeper too.
These 350s actually, these were 360 horse LT1s, and they were a mechanical.
Oh, they were.
They
okay.
were.
Okay.
You know, and the Golby beige with the black interior in this particular car really sets it out, and you get this Yenko badging all the way back.
You do.
And this little car right here really runs hard. It has an automatic transmission in it, and has some performance modifications on the transmission, and little car runs great. It's got the basic interior in it, just a little, as you call them, a little sleeper. You know, you pull up here, and does have the tack on the hood option, and that's a little bit of a giveaway too, you know. But
Well,
a
it
lot
does
of
sort of
guys
have that
do.
racing stripe with the Yenko deuce down the side, and of course the other giveaway is the polyglass. Right?
Yeah,
Because when we were kids, that's the tire we all wanted to have. Didn't matter whether the car had it. Could be a straight
didn't
6.
matter.
We wanted polyglasses under
The
it.
Goodyear polyglass was the key right there.
That
you know,
was.
the 7014s, but this is a super nice little car also. Runs really strong, runs really good. The characteristics between the small blocks and the big block cars, big blocks were known for torque. They had a lot of bottom end torque in them.
Right.
You know, the little small block car, you had to build a fire in it, you know, on the get-go to you know to get it there, you know.
Get the RPMs up and get
But
something moving.
boy, they would go. And of course, the suspensions were a little different, a little heavier motor here, a little lighter motor here. When you were running these cars, you know, with the lighter fronts on them, they'd pick it up and hold it a lot longer.
Right.
Took the blocks a little bit more to get it up and run, you know.
But other than that, for the most part, there was the uprated suspension packages. Both would have had those. Would have had, I think, 11-inch discs in the front, right?
Correct.
And standard drums in the back. Did both cars have posi traction?
Yes.
Both
correct.
cars had posi.
Yes.
So otherwise, the cars were pretty well matched. Feature function-wise,
Yeah.
it was sort of the transmission and the
Yeah.
and the motor, right?
And the motor.
Yeah,
You know.
But these would give a good run for one another.
Oh,
wouldn't they?
absolutely. Yeah. And great examples of Don Yenko's cars. He was all about that performance, and these are just two of his cars that are real great examples. So.
Well, you know, it's funny. We were talking with Ed yesterday, and we were comparing some of the Yenkos and saying, you know, what if Yenko kept going? You know, would we be looking at Yenkos the way we're looking at Shelbys? Because they both started in many ways similarly.
The same.
Yeah.
You know.
Similar foundation and stuff like that. But you know, Shelby ended up with a line that was being pushed out. But I think in many respects, for muscle cars, Yenko set the
He
line.
set the bar.
Who drew the line in the sand?
Yes.
Other people had to pass that. In fact, even GM had to.
Even GM had to step it up. But, you know, that tragic accident, him getting killed, you know, that really put the skids on the Yenko stuff. And I think in speculation, as you were talking about, had that kept going, you know, we'd be looking at Yenkos and Shelbys and as a viable.
Absolutely.
And in their own entity too.
I think so. I think so. You know, I think Yenko held up the banner. Mopar was given a good run, giving Chevy and GM a good run for their money, and a small guy out, small dealer out there was making what should have been made to compete with that run.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Hey, we're going to have more from the American Muscle Car Museum. We'll be back in just a little bit.